I was afraid to write the script because I'm supposed to be the one with the answers. I'm a life coach, but right now I feel completely lost. This is the Becoming Files, where I unlock what's blocking me without a filter until I get my life back. I need to be honest with you. Right now I feel misaligned and lost, and it's kind of an annoying and heavy feeling that I know all too well even as a life coach, because the truth is I've felt that way before, and this feeling doesn't care about your success, your title, your reality. It can hit at any time. But I've finally reached the stage where I want my life back. I want to be aligned again, and I'm ready to transmute and transform any limiting beliefs that blocking my fulfillment. From journaling, neurosciences art, EFT to breathwork and art therapy, I'm gonna share everything without a filter. The raw, the messy, and the real. Everything I'm gonna do to get out of this situation and get back on track. It all started almost a year ago when I received this mail from my coach, Father Bronx. The concept was simple: following Emma Chamberlain's footsteps by building momentum just before summer by sharing a piece of art every Sunday for 40 days. I obviously accepted the challenge, excited at the idea of perhaps finally becoming an artist, a real one, and why not make a living from it. My teenage self, who studied art before switching to law, was waking up. Why didn't I stick with art? Fear, of course. Fear of not being good enough, not talented enough, not dedicated enough, not expressive enough. Law was the insurance of a career, of security. It meant I will never have to experience financial stress again. But that dream of being able to make a living from what I create, it never left me. I took Father Bronx email for what it was: a chance, a sign that it was time to stop daydreaming and take action. And that's exactly what I did. For 40 days, working with artists from all over the world, every Sunday, despite my 9 to 5 job, I posted a video on my Instagram, which was called 2121 at the time. I shared my analog collages and my thoughts, my beliefs, whatever was on my mind. These videos were clearly not perfect, but you can still see that I evolved over the weeks, which I consider a victory. But then everything shifted when my coach suggested that I move to YouTube. I jumped in as a total beginner. I knew nothing about this platform as a creator. I felt overwhelmed but determined to master horizontal videos. Because the truth is, I'd always wanted my own YouTube channel. I'm a huge fan of Emma, Lena, Risa, and so many others. The momentum was definitely there. I was posting every Sunday no matter what, while in London, at the beach, in the mountains, in Paris, just like Emma had done. But the lost feeling started to creep in anyway. What am I doing exactly? Are my edits art? Is creating something inspiring art? Do I have to do like everyone else to succeed? And what does success even mean anyway? Honestly, I don't give a damn about 1 million views if my goal to inspire hasn't been fulfilled. Yes, I want subscribers, but more than anything, I want a community. I want a gang of ride or dies who understand what I'm trying to create without me even fully understanding it myself yet.
Lack of clarity.
And that's the problem, because lacking this essential piece and being a beginner made me lack authenticity. I wanted to understand how it works, learn. So I looked for inspiration, and I started to lose what made me, my touch, my natural self. Why can't I really capture who I am in my videos? Why am I feeling that way? Lost, misaligned, inauthentic. What is the real look? The answer is so very simple, and yet it took me a while to figure out and finally admit it. But before I answer that, and to fully understand, I think it's important to define what it means to feel lost and out of place, what I truly mean by those words. For me, being lost and misaligned is when my interior and my exterior no longer answer to each other. It's a carrefour where there are plenty of directions to take, all of them great, and you simply have to decide. This can happen because I'm experiencing something I wanted that turns out not to be as amazing as I thought. It can happen when I've simply come full circle, when I've gone through everything I needed to experience in a particular situation. And like right now, it can happen when I haven't yet obtained or experienced what I wanted. It's this last situation that creates doubt and that can be tricky and that will require perspective and self-awareness and introspection. Basically, am I really out of alignment or am I just not showing enough faith and resilience? It works the other way around too. Am I showing misplaced determination and resilience by continuing to go in a certain direction simply out of ego because I don't want to give up, even though I feel and know it's not right? Feeling lost, like I do right now, manifests as a fog, a mental turbine that I hate about my Virgo side, thinking too much about everything all the time in a loop, not listening to my sacral intuition. But the worst part is my Sagittarius moon and North Node. They make it so hard to choose because of this real fucking FOMO. I'm projecting into the future, but not in a manifestation way. Anyway, the thing is, I think too much. Because I already know the answer to my own question. The real reason why my creativity, my light, were starting to burn out. Why the things that usually brought me joy started causing stress and anxiety. Why I can't seem to capture my true personality, who I really am on video. And oh my god, I cannot believe I'm admitting this out loud, but it's simply because I don't know who I am as an artist. This whole feeling started when I decided to become one, and more recently when I realized that being a beginner shouldn't mean losing my soul in the process. What I know is that I'm still attached to these labels I use as shields. Former paralegal, because I feel I need to say I'm smart so people take my hoo-hoo side seriously. Like, okay, she's not completely stupid. Former expat, for that sense of openness. Life coach, because it's a huge part of who I am. The lock I'm trying to break today is the cage of labels. This identity blur and survival mimicry. It's the fear that if I let go of these safety nets, I won't be enough anymore. I'm stuck in a version of me that seeks validation because the truth is, I don't know who I am as an artist yet. And that brings me to my favorite question. Who I am? Let's figure it out. I have plenty of tools, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. And I guess the quest starts now.
Who am I? Do you mean where I'm from?
Do you mean where I'm from?
You make me come make the where I'm from.
What I do, what I've done, what I dream.
What I've done.